Hello everybody, welcome back or welcome to the Aural Theory channel. My name is Dr. Julia Alford. In today's video, we are going to do a simple lesson on taking a harmonic dictation using tonic expansion. We're going to look at the bass line and the soprano line and the chords. First, what is tonic expansion? Tonic expansion is where a composer wants to tell you what the tonic is. What key are we in? Where are we landing? Where is home? We're going to be in G major. This is home, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. That's just a major chord. But if we add in the 5 chord, all of a sudden we have a place to go. So tonic expansion is a conversation between usually some version of the tonic chord and the dominant chord. All right, let's dig a little bit deeper. So what are those 2 chords made of? The 1 chord, do, mi, sol. That's it, 1, 3, 5, if you're thinking in the terms of scale degrees. And then if we break it down a little bit further, a root position 1 chord is going to have do in the bass, and a first inversion triad, meaning that the third of the chord is in the bass, is going to have mi in the bass. All right, and then the 5, and we're going to not have any second inversion chords in this progression. I'll just tell you that off the bat, so you don't have to worry about it. The 5 chord, or the dominant, is made of sol, ti, and re, or 5, 7, 1. We're just going to think in solfege for now on, though, so stick with that. So a root position 5 chord, sol in the bass. First inversion, meaning the third in the bass, it's going to be ti in the bass. So those are your options. The only bass notes we're going to have are do, mi, sol, and ti. That is it. So when you're thinking about the different patterns, you're just going around between sol, mi, do, ti, some combination of that. All right, let's dig into it. You're going to set up your paper. You don't need manuscript paper for this. You just need a piece of scratch paper. It can be the back of an envelope or something. I don't care. We're going to have 6 chords. Okay? It's going to start on do in the bass, which means if we have do in the bass, we have a root position 1 chord. So there you go. You already have the first chord. You only need to figure out 5 more chords. Okay, so do is in the bass. And we actually also have do in the soprano up here. Right, so let's just listen. See if you can tell the difference between the 1 chords and the 5 chords. Okay? All right, you've got the general sense. Maybe you made a little mark like 1 or 5 if you think where it changes. Now listen just for the bass. I'll try and bring it out a little bit so it's a little bit louder. And just draw like between each spot. So you should have 6 blanks, or really a 1 chord and then 5 blanks. So do. Maybe this first time just draw an arrow for which direction you think it's going. If it's going down or it's going up. Here's your starting pitch. Maybe you got that. If you have that, let's move on. Try and see if it's going by step. So like do to ti, or by skip would be do to mi, or a leap would be do to sol or sol to do. Those are kind of our only options right now, okay? So see if you can tell how far it's going in between each note. All right, so let's just try and sing along this time, okay? Let's go. So here we are. Do, 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 do. Okay, now we can use some logic. We're going down and then back up. Do, do, do. That has to be do, ti, do, and then it's going up, and it can't go by step because we're not going to re. That's just not an option right now. So your options, remember, are do, mi for the 1 and the first inversion 1. So the 1, the 1, 6, and then the 5 is sol or ti. Okay, so if you're going up and you're not going super far, sorry, do, sol, but you're just going a little bit. You're going do, mi, and you're pretty much going to go down to T. You, I guess, could leap up to it, but that'd be really far. Right? And it's probably not going to happen. And then it would have to resolve up, so it'd be really obvious. Okay, so let's think through that. So do, T, do, mi, sol, do. Okay, now if you do have manuscript paper, you might want to sketch in these notes. We're in G major. We're starting on G2, or the bottom line of the bass clef staff. So you could sketch in the notes if you want, just to be kind of getting that practice. Okay, so we have that, and we can actually, because there's so few chords, we actually know what the chords are without even looking at the soprano. We're still going to look at the soprano, but let's talk about the chords. So do has to be a 1 chord, T 5/6, do 1, mi 1/6, sol 5, do 1. Okay, that's it. That's our chord progression. And let's try and pick out the soprano. Here's where we're starting. Do the same thing. So kind of, draw some arrows. It could go up, it could go down, it could stay the same. Once again, maybe try and decide, are there any leaps, or is it all moving by steps? Okay, one more time, try and sing along. And make some decisions about where we are. You could even try, if you think you know the solfege, try and sing on solfege. I'll sing on do. A little high, but that's okay. The last note's important because it has sort of an incomplete feeling, and that's telling, so it tells us that we don't end on do. But if we think through the solfege, we've got do, up by step, re. So we can have re in the upper voices. We're just not going to have it in the lower voices. So do, re, do, and then we stay put. Do, re, mi. So if you translate it into pitches, you've got G, A, G, G, A, B. All right, so that's it. So let's take a look at it. I'm going to show you the answer. There you go. Okay, so go off, do some practice. I'm going to post another video very soon on adding in the 5/7 chord and the 7 diminished 6, so a full tonic expansion. And that's it. See you guys soon. Bye.